Imagine I could transport you to a world where you're doing the exact same work that you're doing right now, but you're getting more results as a byproduct. You see, over the last year alone, I've been working with over 150 men to help them run like runners and look like lifters. And one thing I find in common when you sign up is that they're already consistent with their training and their running, but it does not seem the results that they deserve. So by the end of this video, you'll know the exact steps that you have to take in order to get paid back from the work that you're already putting in. So the first thing that you want to do is stick to the bloody plan. I see so many people who are bouncing between different things. I understand where it comes from, because when you're thinking about hybrid training, you're thinking about running, you're thinking about Hyrox, you're thinking about strength training, you're thinking about all these different elements that you have to bring together to form this hybrid training. But you go around in circles because, you end up doing like a Hyrox class on a Monday, you end up doing a strength session on a Tuesday, you end up doing a little bit of running here and there with no real direction with where you're going. So first and foremost, it's finding what plan suits you. And that's what I'm going to walk you through right now. This is obviously just a generic answer for most people who are looking to get into hybrid training or hybrid training, want to get faster, want to get fitter, want to get leaner, want to get stronger, but they're not working towards a specific event like a Hyrox or like a half marathon or a marathon, for example. So the big thing that we always want to do is always center your training around strength work. When you look at your favorite influencer or everyone that you look at on YouTube, whoever, they all come from a strength background. And the reason that they're jacked and they can run like a runner is because they've built that base first, sometimes 5 to 10 years. And I'm not going to sit here and go, just go and lift weights for 5 to 10 years and then come back to me and then we can start hybrid training. But we have to understand that it's a crucial part of what we're trying to do when we're looking at our physique development, most importantly, our strength in the gym, which is going to carry over to our strength in Hyrox, but it's also going to carry over to injury prevention with running. So it's a huge element when it comes to your training. So for example, let's just say that you do that over 3 days a week. So let's say Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Always center it around your strength training first. And this is still something that I do with all of my team. Whenever they come in, even if they want to run a marathon or podium or Hyrox or whatever, we always start with the strength work first, because this is the pillar, the staple of the success that we're going to be seeing. Then off the back of that, you can incorporate your cardio, your conditioning, your specifics off the back of it. For most people, I'm going to use the analogy here is it's running and lifting. That's the two things that we want to be aiming for. So for example, depending on how many days you can train, it might be something like this, where you run on a Tuesday, a Thursday, and a Sunday, and then Saturday is your rest day. So you're alternating days of lifting, running, rest day on a Saturday, and run on a Sunday. So that's what we're going to use for today's example, this base. Now that we figured out the program, we need to start adding in our progressions in order to create change. So the saying that I use all the time is challenge creates change. If you're going in the gym and you're lifting the same weights, you're doing the same reps, you're not really increasing anything over time. Same with your running, same paces, same distances. You're not giving your body a chance to adapt. You're not forcing it to level up. You're not giving it enough stimulus. So this is where we want to incorporate what I call the TTI method. And the TTI method is pretty simple. It's broken down into 3 sections. Technique, this is more for the lifting side of things. Full range of motion. Because a lot of time I see people in the gym who are lifting weights and they're just slinging them about. They're not really hitting it with any real intention. And that's the important word here, is like they're just pushing it for the sake of doing it. They're just pressing a chest press for the sake of doing it without actually thinking, am I taking my chest through a full range of motion? Am I feeling it in the chest? Am I got enough stimulus on this chest? Or am I not? So full range of motion. The second thing is taking it to close to failure or at failure. And again, a lot of people don't know where failure is. So what you should do in the gym, if you want to test what your failure should look like, take what you do for 10 reps on a chest press and push it as many reps as possible. Do a full AMRAP on it. And I guarantee you'll do somewhere between 12 and 20 reps. And if you do that, it shows you that the weight that you're lifting is simply not heavy enough based on the stimulus that you're trying to get. The second T is tempo. And again, this sort of links to what I was saying about slinging weight around. Slow down. Tempo basically stands for how fast the movement is. And I say it all the time, is that a 60-second set is going to be a lot harder than a 10-second set. And no one likes when you only last 10 seconds. So what we want to do this is we break it down into 3 or 4 numbers. I do 4, which is basically, for example, with a chest press, it might be 2 seconds on the way down, 1 second pause, 2 seconds on the way up, 1 second pause. So overall, 1 rep should take 6 seconds. So if you're doing a 10 rep set, that should take you 60 seconds to do that set. That's going to add so much intensity into your training that you're going to see a lot more change based on that stimulus. And we've touched on this, but the I stands for intensity. As we said, if you're slowing down the rep, if you're taking it through a full range of motion, if you're pushing it to failure, you are going to automatically increase the intensity. That's what you are doing. So this is the overarching thing for what we're going to be doing. But the big thing is you want to make it challenging. This is where that stimulus is going to create change. You're going to adapt by lifting more over time. So make sure that it's intense. Week 1 might be 12 reps with 10 kg for simple maths. Week 2 might be 14 reps with 10 kg. Week 3 might be 10 reps again with 12.5 kg. And you want to just cycle through that and make sure that you're doing more over time to create change. So now we've got the plan that we're going to be aiming for, and now we're hitting it with good intensity. Straight away, your chances of success are so much higher. You will definitely start to see results off the back of that. But the next thing that I want you to focus on is track and assess. And the reason why is because if you're going in blind, if you're sort of winging it, you're not really tracking that progression, you can get literally months into it and go, fuck, I haven't really got any faster, or I haven't got any fitter, or I haven't got any stronger, or I haven't got any leaner. Whatever it is, we need to track and assess, because that's going to give us the feedback that we need to on a weekly, on a monthly basis. So inside the Hybrid project, we use what's called pit stops, which allow us to reflect on what's going well that week, what maybe needs to change. This is the point where they upload pictures. This is the point where they upload their weekly average weight. And we also do some testing as well. So testing might be, you do a 5K at max effort, and then 6 weeks later, you retest 5K at 6 effort, at max effort. That's what you're trying to aim for, is to increase that time. And this will give you the answer that you are progressing. So that's what you can do from a running perspective, or, obviously you can compare your past 10K race to your current 10K race, or whatever that sort of looks like. But the big thing with most people is track and assess. And my team's got a little bit of a cheat code with this, because we have a software that allows our team to track weights, pictures, their weights in the gym, their paces with their running, you name it, it tracks everything, and they can see their progression on a week-by-week basis. And if you click the second link in the description, I'll send you my Hybrid Performance Tracker, which is exactly the same thing, just on a spreadsheet. You can track your weight, your pictures, your nutrition, your training in the gym. It tracks everything for you using automation. So go and grab it. It's the second link in the description, completely free. So I want you to incorporate these 3 strategies into what you're currently doing. Find a plan that you can stick to for 6, 12 weeks at a minimum. Hit it with good intensity, and then track and assess. And I guarantee you'll see more results in the next 12 weeks than you've probably seen in the last 12 months. So if you find this video useful, don't forget to drop it a like and subscribe to the channel if you're not already. And YouTube is pretty smart. It's going to recommend this video for you next. Go and give it a watch.